Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We're looking at some rain tapering this afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, 40 to 45, and sunshine. So good for us. We'll
take it. A little sunshine. I'm waiting.
Before we get to other things, I do like to bring you the updates. You know, yesterday we talked about your blood work and your rolling veins, or your what are they called?
They bounce away. I don't know what they are. Rolling,
right.
Call them whatever you want.
So, you know, my parents have my mother, and now,
yes,
same issue. And then I guess my father texted. He's got the same thing. He says, we have rolling veins. I need a draw that holds or ties off each end before they draw the blood.
Each end? Oh, I've never had that done.
Mom needs a 23 butterfly, whatever that's called.
When they start talking about size, that really gets me crazy.
A baby 23 butterfly to draw hers.
It's a smaller one. I know all about it. Listen, not good.
Mine rolls away. Mom's rolls and disappears.
That's me. I roll and disappear.
And then
yet you've never had any problems.
Me, no. Luckily, I'm good. You know, knock on wood, Cande. I got multiple good veins going on.
You're very lucky.
Yes, I consider myself lucky. And then my father, we're talking about saline. You know, he uses saline 3 to 4 times a day. He'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and use it. He gets it on sale at the drugstore. He says...
Oh, I mix my own.
Well, then he says you'd be crazy to make it. Why would you make it your own?
My doctor recommends this certain one. I could go get the name of it for the next break if you want. Where you boil water. You could also use distilled water. And then you put the saw packet in and you mix it up yourself. He likes that one much better. I use the spray from time to time, like your father's talking about at the drugstore. It's not the same. This is like heaven. No, really, you could... Listen, I'm not going to get into spraying of the nose, but I've got the best one. I'll give you the name of it.
Could you imagine a couple, a husband and wife, or whoever, that listened to our show, and one of them heard our show today, and one of them didn't, and the husband comes home, or whatever, the wife comes home and says, hey, I didn't hear the show. What'd they talk about today? Oh, they talked about how sometimes they get crazy and watch TV in bed. And they're mixing their own saline solution. You wouldn't believe it, honey. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
come on.
I know, it's
Ridiculous.
pathetic. I apologize.
All right, I have something more fun. This is great. So somebody, let me find the article. It's right here. Take me about another half a second. Okay. Somebody went back to newspapers or whatever, old articles and things from 1923.
Oh.
To see if they could find what experts were predicting for 2023. For 100 years later.
That's interesting.
So this is from random selections from articles. I mean, someone spent a lot of time researching this. One of the predictions 100 years ago was that in 2023, people will only have to work a maximum of 4 hours a day. And the headline was, no more hard work by 2023. And the whole article was about how electricity would make this possible and everyone would be free from working, basically.
Interesting. Okay? Not quite there, but good.
Not quite, but, there are people who have, because of technology, have easier ways of going about life. But, yeah, we're not there. This is great. Someone 100 years ago predicted that in 2023 there would be no ugly people.
Well, speak for yourself. You're not ugly. I'm not ugly. Nobody I know around here is ugly.
They said beauty pageants would have to become obsolete because it would be impossible to choose a winner because there'd be no ugly people. I love that.
I do too.
Yeah.
No ugly people.
Here's one for you. Women will paint their teeth black to be fashionable 100 years.
That's never going to happen.
Right. Instead, people
I
are
predict
whitening.
never going to happen.
That is not happening. And they've gone the opposite direction. They do whitening to make the teeth more white.
That's true.
Gasoline will be replaced by radio waves.
Yeah, that didn't happen, unfortunately, did it?
No, it did not happen. But they're looking at it. Electric cars are making their way, and it's a little sort of. We're getting there. Maybe we'll see. But that was the prediction 100 years ago. How about this? 100 years ago, they predicted the life expectancy of a person will be 100 years old.
Well, that's almost true.
Yeah?
We're definitely living longer. There's no question about that.
That's a possibility. Somebody
Yes.
predicted in 1923 that flying from Chicago to Germany would only take 18 hours. Well, they were conservative on that one, Candy.
Oh.
It's about a 9-hour flight.
Look at that.
It was predicted that cancer would be eradicated 100
Wouldn't
years
that
later.
be wonderful?
Yeah, and I
We've
feel
come a long way, though.
we've come a long way, and I feel like 100 years from now that could be true, Candy.
Yes.
Really
even
could be
less.
true.
Let's
Yes.
even say less than that.
Yes. Oh, this is good. You would love this. 1923 articles that were scanned. They found a prediction that homes would not have kitchens anymore. Basically, it said we'd have ways to make food using chemical formulas, and we would
Oh, I
not
don't
need
like
to
that.
cook.
Oh, no, no, no. I don't like that. I'm glad that's not happening, at least not in this house.
You do have DoorDash and Uber Eats.
True, true.
Telepathy would exist, and you could speak to babies without
I
speaking.
do that all the time.
I know. And finally, the last one, the crazy predictions from 1923 that didn't necessarily come true 100 years later. There would be something like a kidney koozie, like a beer
What?
koozie, but it would to keep your internal organs warm, like a coat for your internal organs.
Oh.
Don't know
Aren't
that we
they
need
already
that.
warm?
Yes, well, now we know that. Maybe back then they didn't realize that, Candy.
All right.
Yes, we do not need a koozie for our kidney or any organs. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Predictions from
Koozie.
100 years ago.
Yeah, it's
That-
interesting. It is interesting.
Some that were close. They were on the right track anyway. Candy.
Absolutely.
We should do our 100-year predictions for 21-23 one day and see what we both think are going to happen. Put it in a time capsule, Candy.
I
whoever-
believe that Elijah will go down in history as the next Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that is very possible.
That is my prediction.
He loves to entertain, that's for sure. We're less than 20 minutes to your Bald and the Beautiful entertainment, everything from Nashville to Hollywood. We'll have some more rain. It'll taper off this afternoon. We will get sunshine and 40 to 45 throughout the weekend. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.